Oh yeah, I was able to start it up again. So sorry about that. It cut me off. Yay. Okay. I'm gonna keep going because I want to see if I would be able to do that. Awesome. I want to see if I could keep going. So whoever got kicked out of it, my biggest apologies. I wanted to finish this up for you, Charlene, and give you like the full reading, and then we'll add what we need to add scenario on YouTube. Okay, so sharing my lovely screen here. I want to finish this up actually. Sorry about that. I'm like, how rude. The Zoom is shutting me down, all kicked out and stuff like that. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, perfect. But hopefully you guys will be able to watch this on YouTube and hopefully people can sign back into it. But technical difficulties, it's Mercury retrograde is ending, but perfect. Okay, so I wanted to finish cliffhanger because I really want to let you know your elective dates as well. So we have here, sorry, a fly. So we have here your eighth house is empty. So that is the occult studies. It's not going to be a sole focus on money, and it's not going to be a focus on the unseen. Already from looking at the bottom half of your chart, which is your internal world, okay, which is your internal world, I can tell the aspects is the transparency of your healing. And within that fortitude granted to you through community and the support of your clients and the people that will be supporting everything that you do creatively. Okay. So ninth house, same thing, empty does not mean that you're going to have problems in there. Okay. But we have Pisces, okay? And again, Pisces really gives that energy of the next. So you could quite possibly be one of those people that you could just watch a vacation and be okay with it, like one of those like relaxing. You can escape from visualization, and visualization may be a very grand tool for you. In the 10th house as well, it's in Aries, and which is really, really impressive, and right. And so the 10th house, having the planet of Saturn means you're extremely disciplined, okay? Represents the father. So the father figure within your life could have been a stern disciplinary, or you could have had a male figure within your life that was very stern, very motivating force for you, extreme motivating force for you as well. And then we are moving into your 11th house, which is the house of communication. Not communication, community. And this is the house of hopes and wishes. This have a little stellium over here, okay? So we have Venus, we have we have Mercury, and we have Mars, okay? So Mars is the planet of ambition. You're really, really, really cool about having this little stellium is your love, your passion, your drive, and your communication are all inside speak things into being, right? And what's really cool about this is you have it in Gemini. So you have a duality in between it. And once you find the balance within that duality of these things and within approach you, how people look at you. And what's really cool about this is people just naturally have love for you because of these particular placements for your Venus. People do look at you and can misinterpret you based on these placements as well. Okay. This has a lot to do with a person that is extremely intellectual and can be people can think that this is a person that isn't that intellectual. They are maybe, and that could be an ongoing challenge that you might face within your life as well. Okay. And then yes, also the house of self-undoing and self-sabotage. It also has a lot to do with the unknown, and it has a lot to do, like we call anyone born with eighth house sun or 12th house sun is called a deep soul diver. Okay. So this is someone that can go deep. They know where they is your whole chart supports a lot of community and everything. And then once we get to the 12th house within your chart is that place right there. But what that also can mean is something within your life, and this might have nothing to do with you, okay? Nothing to do with you. That was a form of sabotage. Okay, it was a form of undoing. Literally, being born into this life was a form of undoing. But your entire cardination building, building and rebuilding, and you're untangling something that was done when you were how either your parents met, your family met, and this can be your ancestors as well. Okay, and stepping out of this particular part of the chart, I want you to see that here, like we spoke about, your perfection year in the fifth house is here. Hold on. Let me hold. I don't want to be a jerk to Soul. I'm gonna have to text her. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to send her a message. I'm like, so fifth house perfection year, okay? It indicates themes of creativity, self-expression, joy, and romance, and even children come into the forefront, okay? So this here, you'll be able to check this out when I send out the presentation, okay? And here, this is about your Juno. So you actually have your Juno. So what I want to show you is I was showing you earlier the Astros charts, this link to you, Charlene, as well. So you would be able to check all these things out along with the presentation as well. Okay, so these are your different aspects, and then we have minor aspects. These are major aspects. Okay, and then we go over here and we see that you have a grand trine. Okay, a grand trine is a natural talent. Okay, so we have Mars in Gemini, to Chiron in Libra, Uranus in Aquarius. Okay, and then what we would then look at is where does the Uranus in Aquarius go? Here we go. Perfect. Yeah, and so we have, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to put it with the presentation, this website. It's really, really good because it teaches you these different aspects. And here, like the reports are $33. I bought my report and I bought the report for my daughters, and it's really, really in depth. Okay, we have a kite as well in your chart. So a kite is a trine, but it has an opposition. So it not only has an opposition, but it has a sextile. So it has a challenge within it. And challenges are just things that we overcome. Okay. So then you have a grand square, and don't let squares scare you. Squares are challenges for us to overcome. A yod, you have two yods, which are very rare. Okay. Yod is considered the finger of God, like whatever it's pointing to, okay, and which is pointing to your sun, and then it is pointing to your Venus, okay. It is literally pointing over to your 12th house and your 11th house, okay? And it is saying that these two aspects is what God wants you to focus on within this lifetime, okay? So I wanted to show these different aspects to you because when we do astrology readings, don't just use astro.com, don't just use Astro Matrix, use Astro-charts as well. And they have really, really beautiful charts that you can customize as well. So Charlene's chart again, what is super cool now that we understand these like major aspects and stuff, like what I'm doing on my screen here. But looking at those major aspects and knowing that she literally has finger of God pointing to her sun in her 12th house in Cancer, okay? And this has something again to do with the mother, the matriarch, okay? Mother rules Cancer. We have moon that is naturally ruled by Cancer, but we have it here in Libra, okay? Let's see. Yep, it's in Libra. So here we are, North Node, Chiron, okay? It is all here. So it is pointing us to something that could even be almost legal, just familial tie as well. Okay, so something that you have to overcome. So keep that in mind. All right. And also points to your Venus as well. Venus in your hopes and wishes and your community. So, like I said, this one, fifth house perfection year. Okay. And then we have 10th house, Aries. Like I said, having your Juno in your 10th house means that your partner, whoever it is, it could even be that whoever you're going to date or whoever your relationship with has status or will have great status. So you will end up having to be a supportive figure for that person as well, as much as they have to be. I want to give you your elective dates, okay? So what is really important is following Mars retrograde started after February 23rd, 2025, once Mars projects, especially those related to self-expression and securing resources as Mars will revitalize the areas associated with your first house. So this is, you will be having an introverted aspect of thinking of these things up until February 23rd, okay, of next year. So Jupiter, this will be for May 25th to June 9th, 2025. And so I want you to pay attention to the periods when Jupiter's expansive touch. Grace is your 12th house, avoiding the dates of Jupiter's squares to Saturn. So not releasing anything on those particular days. These are auspicious times for spiritual growth and educational pursuits, okay? Particularly from the end of May until mid-August, okay? So not necessarily about releasing things on those particular days unless there are particular days where there's going to be the square placements, okay? But again, it would be educational. So from that time period, look at the things that you're about to release and say, am I teaching? Is this a spiritual pursuit, not just for myself, but for others? Once your time period for you, okay? So before Mercury retrograde, we're coming out of Mercury retrograde, we're going to be in a shadow period for 2 weeks, okay? And yep. And so for the initiation of new endeavors, especially in communication agreements, it's best to act before Mercury and before April 1st, before August 4th, and before April 25th, 2024, okay? That you do within the 11th house, I would say because it is in community, hopes and wishes and stuff like that, we would be then double checking. If you are about to go to the theater with your friends, okay, and say that you're meeting your friends with them because your technology may act a little crazy. So what you would do before then is just double check, have and accountable with your communication, okay? And then you will get through those time periods a lot more easier, okay? So prior to the Pisces eclipse, before September 17th, 2024, to harness the building energy to higher learning, philosophy, or long distance connections in early September 2024. These endeavors can benefit from the introspective and integrative energy of the approaching eclipse in your ninth house. Okay, so there we go. And then I'll be going into Taylor's chart. I think I can do Taylor's chart. If anyone needs to go, that is perfectly fine. I'm going to do Taylor's chart. And again, this is just a way so that you can learn how to read charts. And then you can also look at other people's charts and say, oh, that's how that manifests here. That's how that works here. I have previously read Taylor's chart. And one of the really, really cool things about reading Taylor's chart is I read it when I first met her. And I told her by looking at her chart, she's a creative boss. If you look at this, this is somebody that needs to be put in charge of large groups of people. She could literally, no problem. She's one of those Gemini minds that works that way. And what was a particular dispensary that I didn't know she worked at, she's the man, amazing. She was very, very, very powerful with that. Yes. Thank you, Charlene, for coming out, and thank you for allowing me to read your chart. Like I said, I want to definitely do your Draconian chart. So please, 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 please reach out to me and we will talk. Thank you so much, though, for everything. Thank you, thank you. Moving into this here lovely chart here for Taylor, we can see that here we have make sure that my screen is showing correctly. Sorry about that. We can see that she has her first house, her seventh house, and her ninth house, and her 10th house all empty, okay? It cracks me up when I see this because it is basically primarily in just 3 aspects of her chart, right? And this is a pretty easy chart to read. It is literally somebody that is just a creative traveling from their family as well. Yes, thank you so much, Soul. Thank you for coming out, and thank you for inviting people and letting people know. I'm just really, really, really grateful. Very, very grateful. Okay, so I wanted to kind of like just finish up, and what I want to do is I'm going to be showing Taylor she said to show her the juicy stuff of her chart. Like I've read her chart before, so I don't want to go too much in detail, but know that she has a Gemini sun, a Leo ascendant, and she's an artist that does absolutely everything. Okay. So literally how her chart large of a stellium with their Chiron, their Venus, their Mercury, their Sun, and their Jupiter in their 11th house. Like I said, expansive, large groups of people. 5th house, Sagittarius energies and stuff like that as well. It's really, really amazing. Oh, we do need to do your partner's chart. Hold on, I need to text Ball. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta text Ball. She's like, are you almost done? Okay, so yeah, we need to do your partner's chart, and then we can also do a synastry's chart as well. That would be super duper empowering. And then you guys would kind of like know how to work with each other and be able to kind of like see how all of that. Taylor would be going into her first house perfection year. And Synastry. Ooh, get to know the synastry. But yeah, so she's going to her first house, and that means that she will actually be most visible this year. So, which is really cool because she's started doing her paint and sip nights and everything, and she's painting, teaching people how to paint. Um, Hopefully, by doing this reading, we can encourage Taylor to start rapping as well. So, guys, let's encourage her. Go and harass her and tell her that we need her to create. Okay, so we have her Juno is actually with her stellium as well in her relationship with, needs to be at the exact same level as her within them also being someone that's highly intellectual, highly intelligent, can keep up with her in conversation. Okay. I was laughing because I know she's just like, bitch, that's why I'm single right now. What it also means is that once she finds that person with that status, with that intellect, with that power, very, very strong long-term relationship, and it'll be very harmonious. Okay. Okay, so wrapping up, we're going to, like I said, this is just going to have to do a double drop for this YouTube, but I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. I want to let you guys know about May's workshops before we wrap up so that everybody can resources on May Thursday, starting on the 2nd. Okay, so we get into your ancestral roots and how you can find your ancestors. Okay, record producing B2B is May Mondays, and that starts on the 6th. And that is to show you how to distribute and create and every little nook and cranny of cutting records. Okay. And then we have artists finding financial freedom in trees on Tuesdays, May Tuesday, starting on the 7th. This is not just trees in reforestation. This is trees as in cannabis as well, and any type of plant life, flora and fauna, where we actually will be teaching you how to reforest and reclaim ancestral land as well. Okay, April 27th is going to be the workshop for book distribution and self-publishing. Okay, so here's the info. You'll be able to find it in the presentation. As always, Chimikwich, thank you so much for coming out. I love, 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 love you, darling soul, and thank you. I will be recording Saturday. All sessions will always be recorded, and I will actually be making Saturday available with the rest of the workshops. Will be visible on YouTube as public up until May 1st. And then after that, people will just have to pay for the $11.11 replays on my official website. But very, 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 very excited for that. I see a book in your future, so I will be sending you that workshop as well. But I love you, Chimikwich. Thank you so much for coming out. Um, I will see you for tree planting, Miss Thing. Okay. I will see you for some tree planting. Okay.
Yeah, I'll see you Sunday. I love you too.
I love you. Okay. All right. Bye,
Enjoy
honey.
the rest of your night. Bye.
You too. Enjoy work, love.